Hey everyone, it's Grant Ellis. Hope you're having a good day today. I'm going to deviate a little bit today from the normal blog routine of writing a post and putting it online. I'm actually going to give you a little bit of a behind the scenes look of the tools I use to kind of make everything run, both on my personal blog, grantellis.us, and Nut Butter Nation. I get a lot of questions from people asking how I do, things such as shipping and SEO and graphic design and lists and everything like that. And there are a lot of tools that I use that make everything a lot easier on me. So I wanted to kind of share those with you. I'm not a technical guy. I mean, I've gotten decent over the last few years because I've had to. But the good thing about where we are right now is that technology is catching up in terms of tools and apps that allow us to do things that were nearly impossible for someone who didn't have a technical background 5 years ago. And so it's really nice to be able to put some of these things into place and make everything run smoothly or as smoothly as possible. So I'm just going to jump right in and kind of go over everything I use. I'll start with Nut Butter Nation, which is my peanut butter company. Nut Butter Nation, we sell peanut butter to people both through wholesale and also direct to consumer on retail. And so we're going to focus on the e-commerce side of everything. So Shopify is the platform that we use, that we host our website on. And I'd highly encourage you, if you are planning on selling anything online that isn't a digital product, meaning that it isn't a document or a PDF or something like that. If you're going to sell a physical product, I would highly encourage you to use Shopify. They've just done a great job of making everything easy and seamless and drag and drop. And so what happens is you set up your Shopify site, your domain name, and you buy a domain, and then they will give you a unique name, which is right up here. For ours, it's nutbutternation.myshopify.com. And then you convert it into a regular domain, which is fairly simple. And we're not going to go into all the details. I mainly want to show you the tools that I use. And there's so many of them that if I go into too much detail, we'll be here for hours, which is not the goal. So if you do want me to go into detail on anything I say, just put a note or a comment in the video below, or shoot me an email at me@grantellis.us, and I'll be happy to dig into it a little bit more. So what you see here, this is the back-end dashboard for Shopify. It's great in terms of analytics and tools. I couldn't imagine doing any work without it. So as you can see, it kind of gives me just a quick view of what's going on. How much money we've made today, how much money we've made the last 7 days, and all that stuff. So on the side here, you've got your different dashboard pieces. We're not going to dig in too much, but you can go into orders and reports. Basically, everything is built in. And if you're using a different type of site that you're going to have to convert yourself, it can be very difficult. I have launched other products in the past, and creating your own site and trying to put in the back-end tools that you need is nearly impossible. So you can get a Shopify free account. I'd encourage you to get a paid account, because the paid accounts have tools that you won't get that you're going to need, and so it's worth the investment to do that. But inside of the Shopify, they have a great system. It's the App Store, Shopify App Store, and it really works just like any other app store. So we'll go down here, and I'll go into that App Store and kind of show you what I use. So the App Store looks like this, and basically what it allows you to do is you can actually go to the Shopify App Store. So just like on Apple, you can go to the Apple Store. Shopify has their own App Store as well. And so really anything you're looking to do, there is most likely an app for that, as cliche as that sounds. But you can pretty much find it, and so you don't have to recreate the wheel. You can just go find what you need. So for instance, if you're looking for help on SEO, just type in SEO and search for it, and all of these apps come up for SEO. So there are a lot of them, and some of them are free, some of them cost a little bit of money. I'll tell you, my rule of thumb on that is, there's nothing wrong with free apps. I will tell you, you typically get what you pay. You get what you pay for. So if you want something free, it might get you a little bit of the way, but it's probably not going to get you where you want to go. So I look for a very kind of medium ground there. So what I mean by that is, like, this one right here is $199. I'm probably not going to spend $200 on an SEO app right off the beginning, unless down the line somebody highly recommends it to me. So what I'll do is I'll look for apps like this app's $20. That to me is worth it. If I can install an app that helps me with SEO that only costs $20, then I am more than willing to pay that. And you see a bunch here that are $4.99 a month, $10 to $50 a month, depending on the package. And almost every app I've ever used in Shopify gives you a free trial. So usually somewhere between 7 and 30 days. So that's a great way to install the app, and then put it on your platform, which is done automatically, by the way. So if I want this app, it will take me there, and I'll hit get, and it will automatically add it to my list of apps. So it's user friendly because you don't have to do any installation or know what you're doing, and then it's automatically run on there. And so this will give you a video of what these apps look like, and you can try, like I said, you can try them out if you want to, and if you don't like them, all you have to do is delete the app, remove this app from your system. So there's not a lot of downside. So I buy lots of apps and use the free trials, and if I don't like them, I'll test different ones. If I don't like them, I'll get rid of them, and I'll keep the ones I do like. And you're going to see a huge trend on these apps with these monthly fees. So for instance, like right here, $4.99 a month. You get a lot that are $4.99 or $10.99 a month. I think that's great. You might end up paying more for it in the long run, but for our company, who's bootstrapped, I don't want to be spending $200 or $300 on an app up front. I'd rather pay $5 a month. That way, if it doesn't do what we want it to do, we can get rid of it and stop the subscription. And if it does, then it's a negligible cost of $5 a month, which we're more than willing to spend to get the tools that we need. So that's the App Store on Shopify. It's just unbelievable. You really need to take advantage of it if you're planning on selling a product. So let's go back into my Shopify dashboard here. And like I said, everything is easy and runs on this left-hand side. But we're going to look at a couple of different things. We're going to look at the apps that I use and then how they integrate here. The good thing with this is that everything integrates directly. So it all just the data feeds into the apps so that you don't have to do everything. It all connects. So I want to show you some of the main ones that I use. So right here, this is the Yotpo Reviews, and I'm going to go into the direct consumer part of our Nut Butter Nation account. And if you go over here, I'll show you that in a second. If you go over here to our products, let's just go to the 2-jar bundle. Actually, let's go to our number one selling product, which is brown sugar cinnamon. Okay, so if you go over here and you go to the bottom, you're going to see all these reviews, which are fantastic. Reviews really provide social proof for your product and let people know that people like it. And so we use Yotpo. There's my pop-up. We use Yotpo Reviews. I always forget what that is. We use Yotpo Reviews, which is great. Very easy. It seamlessly integrates, and it sends emails and tries to get people to do reviews for you. So I don't have to do any work. They do all the work for me, and those reviews have been very, very helpful, even when it comes to dealing with wholesalers about saying, hey, look at all these reviews, and all of them are good. We don't take any reviews off if they're bad. Luckily, I don't think we've had any yet, which is crazy, but that's a good thing. So that's what we use for reviews. And while we're here, I want to show you one other tool so that I don't forget about it. You see this little blue box over here on the side. This is my AppSumo digest. So let's go here. So AppSumo is a suite of mostly free list building tools. So list building meaning that getting people to sign up for your email list. And if you aren't building an email list, then you're missing out on probably the number one marketing strategy that you should be using. It sounds kind of archaic thinking about email, but conversion rates on emails are so much higher than any other conversion rates. You really need to pay attention to that. I just figured all this out recently. I wasn't paying near enough attention to my email list. I am now, and we've seen a huge impact in our sales funnel. And so really pay attention to that. But what AppSumo is, it's a tool created by Noah Kagan, who was one of the early members of Facebook and helped create Mint.com. He now has the suite of tools. It's AppSumo and SumoMe. Can't remember which one is this. Let's go here. Let's see if I think it's it's SumoMe. So everything he uses has Sumo. So you go here and sign up for free, and all of their tools right here have free versions. So let's go to, for instance, Welcome Mat, which is what I was using here, which pops up. You can see there are pro options, and they're extremely good. So this was $20 or $40 or $100, but they always have a free version. So I continue with the free version. Go here, and it's going to give me dashboard. But basically right here, you set up everything. So for whatever you want to do, you set it up, and it gives you amazing data. So right here on the dashboard, it's showing me, we just set this up recently, but we've gotten 50 email subscribers from it. And it's going to show you conversion rate. So what you're going to see here, today, we got 2 subscribers, which isn't a lot. but that's a 7.41 conversion rate on people signing up, which is actually really good. So we're looking forward to building this out a little bit more, and then you just design everything. It's extremely easy and user-friendly. You don't have to be technical at all, and it's really nice to have. So all of the tools, and you integrate it. I'll show you more about that. But all of the tools are set up via this dashboard. And so right here, you can just go to all the different tools, whichever ones you install. They all have free versions. And I use mostly the free versions. There are some others that I use that are paid. But I'll tell you, Noah and his team do such a great job of providing value with the free versions that you kind of want to give them money sometimes. So you can go to the store right here, and there are all the versions of the different types of things. So they have analytics, email, sharing, traffic. They've got so many tools. They're unbelievable. So definitely use SumoMe and the tools, and you always access. This pops up every time I log in, so that it tells me what's going on, so I can check my heat maps and things like that. So definitely use them. So back to the apps. Mailchimp for Shopify. Okay, so kind of tagging on to building that email list. You need a mail provider. All right, so you need some way to send email and to automate things to your subscribers. Let's see what's going on here. Mailchimp. Okay, so you go right here to my dashboard, and we actually just recently converted over to Mailchimp. I used Aweber, which is another one, which was fine, but I kept hearing people talk about Mailchimp, and so I decided to check it out. And it did turn out to be easier, more user-friendly. I liked the options better, so I am slowly but surely converting everything over. So this is just my dashboard. What's happening here is it's integrating directly with my Shopify account. I also use this now for my personal blog. And what it allows me to do is to check lists and subscribers and things like that. So what you're doing is when people sign up for your email lists, you are making it to where they go to get signed up for here. So for instance, for Nut Butter Nation, we use that here. This is the list. When somebody goes into that box or whatever the case may be and says, yeah, I want to get updates, sign me up, then they're added to this list. And what that allows you to do is a couple of things. First of all, you can create campaigns. And a campaign is basically an email that you send out to everybody on your list. So let's see. So we announced a winner of a giveaway here. So we'll just bring up a campaign so you can kind of see what it looks like. And see, it allows you to send professional-looking, well-done emails to everybody on your list to keep them up with. So this was just a giveaway. So we have this sample header here, which is all custom. And all of this, I do all this myself. So none of this, we don't have a team. We don't have people behind the scenes. I do every bit of this myself. Now, I mean, I do have a branding team that did this top portion, the banner right here. But in terms of putting the emails together, it's great because if you do want to create a campaign, let's just do kind of a generic one right here. You see, it's really easy. We'll pick a list, say send it to the entire list. And we go. It's going to ask us what we have done is created let's keep on going here, created a template. So it's asking for the options, which is fine. And then right here, we have created a couple of saved templates. So for everything, so for my personal blog, we're over here. So you can look at that and see what it's going to look like. And then for our Nut Butter Nation people, this is our template. So it looks like this every time, and when we select it and go to it, it allows us to drag and drop everything, which is great. So what I mean by that is over here you've got text and images and image groups and social shares. All you have to do if you want this over is just drag it over, and all of a sudden it's in there, which is fantastic. You edit it, send it, and then it allows you to, let's see if we can get out of here. It allows you to look at the analytics for that. So if we go to different reports, you can see how many people opened it, how many people clicked through, all of the information that you're going to need to make sure that your email campaigns are doing well. It also allows you to automate. So for instance, I didn't even know you were supposed to do this, but basically what happens is when people sign up for your email list, you want automatic emails to go out to them for a certain period of time, basically giving them information and letting them know what's going on. So on a subscriber funnel, right now we have, I believe, 3 emails set up that go out various times. So when they sign up, they get an email, and then 2 days after that, they get another email. and then 2 days after that they get another email, and eventually we're going to create 12 or 15 emails so that the work is done for new subscribers, and then we will of course send other information that's pertinent over time. But definitely put work into your email list. It's very, very important. So let's go back in here and just look at a couple others. I won't go into this much detail about all of them because I don't want this video to be too long. But we've got some SEO apps that have been really good. My buddy Scott Finney, who is a friend of mine from Memphis, he's the webmaster, and I just started using him to help me with some things. Should have done it a long time ago, but basically he had me put SEO Meta Manager on here, and also SEO Scan Pro, just some SEO tools. And for those of you that don't know, SEO can be extremely difficult. Some basic stuff you can do, and using those apps is great. Shipping Easy, I want to show you that real quick. Shipping Easy is our fulfillment platform. So if there are orders, what happens is somebody places an order on their Shopify site. Shipping Easy captures that, and then it allows us, right now there's no orders, we just sent them out today. But if you look, it automatically populates all of the information. So somebody places an order, comes into the system automatically, the orders will always be there. So on a daily basis, I just look right here, create the shipments, the weight is already in there. I can change settings if I want to. If I want to ship something via UPS or FedEx or just the post office, whatever the case may be. And then we'll print off the labels, and we actually pack and ship everything ourselves. Right now, we don't want to spend the money on fulfillment. We probably will down the road, but right now we like the way it's working. And then once they ship, as you can see, these are the orders that went out today. And as they ship, then we can track everything. So I can actually know, okay, listen, we sent out this last week. I wonder if it got there. Let's make sure it checked. Yes, it's been delivered. So really nice integrated system. It connects directly. You can buy shipping and postage on here, so you really never have to go anywhere. And so now what we do is we set up pickups with the post office and with mainly UPS. So if we have a lot of packages, they'll come pick them up for us. We don't have to worry about that. So it saves us a lot of time and a lot of energy. And you also can get discounted shipping rates. So if you're ever working with UPS or USPS, definitely try to negotiate rates with them directly. But then by using a platform like Shipping Easy, you can also get automatic discounts. So that's pretty nice. So that's our shipping platform. Let's see what else I want to show you here. Enlistly is something we're not using right now. We do use Leaddyno. We have an affiliate program right now where if we have high-performing social media people that follow us and that want to, we can set them up where they have their own special link, and to where they can get paid commissions based on people who buy through that link. So it's kind of like a sponsored post, but it's called affiliate, and it's called affiliate marketing. It's been really good for us so far. We're still trying to build it out, but this is the platform we use from that. Once again, completely integrated, and we tried out several. That's what Enlistly. It's a different one. There was one other one. We tried 3 of them concurrently, and then figured out that we liked Leaddyno, so we'll delete the other 2. We'll never have to pay for those. Receiptful is something that sends emails to people asking for follow-up after they've ordered. So if you think about how many things go into someone placing an order, after they order, then there's, okay, well, are they going to get an email? What's it going to say? And all of the information that comes from there. And you really want to track all that information and make sure you're getting as much of it as possible. The Receiptful tries to get them to give us feedback. So it sends a very nice email to them asking them to give us feedback, and also it offers them a discount if they'll do so. So it encourages, like I said, it encourages them to let us know what they think, and then that directly links back into the Yotpo Reviews. So it's pretty interesting how all of these not only work with Shopify, but they work with each other as well. We have a recurring orders app, which is for people who want to get peanut butter delivered to them every month automatically. So it's a subscription thing. And we just set this up recently. But basically the same thing. Automatically integrates. It actually leaves the dashboard over here. And you can have people set up. And so what happened is we set this up, and then they automatically, we didn't have to do any of this, but they automatically updated our site after we put our preferences in. Welcome, Matt from AppSumo. After we put our preferences in, and now you can see right here that they can subscribe and save on a monthly purchase. So it's pretty sweet. All of these things, you're just trying to find all these things that will help you drive more revenue. So those are the majority of the apps we use on Shopify. Let's see if there's anything else I want to go over right here. No, I mean, that's pretty much it. You got to get the basics down. A couple other things I want to show you that are important to everything we do. On my personal blog, I'll just run over this very, very quickly. I use WordPress. So I created the websites. I've never paid for anyone to create a website. That's why they look like trash a lot of times. But I do use WordPress, and I use the Divi theme. So it might not mean anything, but if you're looking to set up a WordPress site or a blog, the Divi theme is nice. And if I can get here, I'll show you why. So if we're going to add a new page to my personal blog, right now my website on this side is running extremely slowly. It's driving me kind of crazy. So I'm trying to figure all that out as well. You want to set up a new site, then you can go to the pages, or a new page. You can go to the pages, set up your pages. If this takes too long, I won't even go into it. But basically, they have a very nice, what's called a Divi builder. Okay, so you can use the Divi builder, and it allows you to create a nice looking website with all different types of options here and different modules. So for instance, you enter a module and you can add all these different contact forms, comments, dividers, images, sliders, pricing, whatever you want. So it's not something where you have to actually code. I don't know any code, and so don't worry. Let's see, I'll kind of do I should proceed. Yes. Okay, so don't worry that you need to code. You don't need to code anymore. There's too many tools that are there for you. All right, so let's get off of that. Like I said, I use a lot of the same tools. SumoMe, Lead Plus, things like that. So let's get back over here. There's a couple of things I want to show you. One of the new email systems we're now looking to possibly integrate is called Convertkit. Convertkit works similar to Mailchimp, except for so far I've liked the way they set everything up. And what it also allows you to do, for instance, is to create very nice opt-in boxes. And so these kind of things, what seems so simple, can be very, very difficult. But I like this because it creates, this is a landing page right now for the book that I am finishing up. And so, by the way, grantellis.us/book to sign up for updates. But this created this entire box for me, which sounds simple and stupid, but it can be really hard to get opt-in boxes and subscribe boxes that look nice and that integrate well. So Convertkit, created by Nathan Barry, and it's actually used by some of the biggest blogs around there now. Smart Passive Income with what's his name? Pat Flynn. Went blank there for a minute. He uses it and he pushes it really hard, and I really like it so far. We're just starting to use it, but basically it integrates the email version of Mailchimp with subscriber boxes that are very, very nicely done, and landing pages. And a landing page is just basically, if you want people to do a certain thing, you create a page that only has one thing on it. For instance, this box. And then it tracks the subscribers and things like that. So you can go to, who subscribed when and look at that. And I'll show you what that looks like on my website. I'll show you how slow my websites are running right now too, which drives me crazy. So right here, this whole page is just meant to get email addresses. So this is what we're pushing people to do now. I want to keep everybody up to date on what's going on. And then as you see, all these tools are integrated on this side as well. So that's really all I'll talk about on my personal blog. Everything else is pretty much the same. A couple other tools I want to show you that I think you would really like. One is, if you're not using Evernote, use Evernote. It's that simple. Evernote is kind of, it's the information, it's how I accumulate information and keep track of it and figure out where things are. So it's hard to explain, but it's by far the number one tool that entrepreneurs that I've reached out to use. So you'll see over here, I'll show you a couple things. It's categorized information. You can scan cards in here. You can search by anything. You tag everything. So for instance, if I'm going to forget, book ideas, well, I've used that recently. So here are book and podcast title ideas. And if I enter them on my phone or I enter them on my iPad, whatever, it's all there. And then you can search by pretty much anything. So it's just a retrieval tool for me. So right here, okay, I need to figure out what my password is. It's going to be right there. I won't show it to you. But use Evernote, play around with it. If you're not using it, you probably need to be. It's really, really nice. A couple other things I use. I use Leadpages. See if I can even get to, yeah. Leadpages is another tool that allows you to create lead pages and also lead boxes. So for instance, when we do a giveaway, I'll show you this. We created a page. Let's see if we can find it. Well, this one actually, yeah, we can do this. We'll edit it. So the giveaway page, this is basically a full web page that they are helping you create that looks really good and allows you to have functionality of something that would be very difficult to do on your own. So for instance, this contest we did before, first of all, it looks good. It looks like you know what you're doing. It also had a countdown timer, which was pretty cool. And all it was drag and drop. So these pictures, this text, everything you can see is you can edit it. And then the buttons and shareable, it just is a really professional looking thing, which design is by far the hardest thing that I've had to deal with and how to figure out how to do, because it can be so difficult, and you can look at a screen and go, hey, that looks good, but then have no idea how to do that. So these tools are what I use to help me do that. Leadpages is a little bit expensive. I think it's like $79 a month, so you don't want to use it until you have to. But once you do, you kind of see the value immediately. So I like Leadpages a lot. And then really last but not least, Canva. Canva is just a godsend. Canva is a design software that allows you to drag and drop really good design and also provides you basic templates. So what you're going to see right here, these are all of our Canva designs that I've done, and they've gotten better because you learn how to do it. But basically, let's say that I want to create, for instance, a social media post. And you can see up here, there are all these different options. Let's go to more, and I'll show you just how much they have. Basically, anything you want. Instagram post, Tumblr, Facebook, Pinterest. And then it goes through documents and ebooks and blogs and marketing materials. It's very, very thorough, and it is really helpful. Let's say that we just wanted to do a Facebook post. So click on Facebook post. It automatically puts the right dimensions in, which is huge. Because if you've ever tried to create a post for different platforms, they all have different size images that they require. And it can be very difficult to make something that looks good across several platforms. So this does that work for you. So right here on the left-hand side, it's going to give me a lot of templates. So if I want to use one of these, that's perfectly fine. You can. So for instance, you're like, hey, I don't want to deal with it. I want to use this. Click that in, and all of a sudden, everything in here you can edit. The text, whatever you want to do. It's nice because the fonts are already in, the design's already in. All this stuff that I could never do is already there for me. And you can just click and change and edit things automatically. It's fantastic. And then also, a great thing about this, first of all, you can search. So if you need, I don't know, let's see if there's anything for business. Oh yeah, all these things, some of them you can pay for, some of them you are free. Stock images, things like that. But the layouts are really a great place to start. You can edit all the elements, and so a lot of times what you'll do though, there's free backgrounds. I mean, it's great. A lot of times what you'll do though is you can upload your own pictures and then create everything inside of this. So, you add a picture and then you can, whatever you want to do. Add text. Look for Valentine's images. Add hearts. I mean, it's just, everything is drag and drop. Almost everything is free, and when it's not free, it costs like $1. So using this is great. If you don't have time, you don't want to spend hours, it's nice because you can just go, hey, I want to create a post that looks like this. And I would like to say, everyone loves peanut butter. Everyone loves peanut butter. Whatever. Okay, so Canva. Make sure you use it, and then it stores all of your designs. Right. Well, it did. Right here. So you can see some of the things we've done in the past. Some of them good, some of them bad. But like this was our giveaway, which we created on Canva. Looks pretty good. Not bad for an amateur. So Canva, I highly, highly recommend. Let's see if there's anything else we use. We use Gmail for email, which is pretty straightforward. Canva, Evernote, Skype. I was on my first podcast this week, and Skype was great. I write in Scrivener, which is an amazing tool for writing and editing and things like that. We use Camtasia for video editing, which is very, very user-friendly and easy. And then, of course, we use some of the basic tools like well, Excel and Microsoft Word and things like that. So that's kind of the rundown. Those are the main things we use. Hopefully that helps you out a little bit. If you want a deeper dive on anything, so if you want me to really dig into one of these programs or apps, let me know. Write something in the comments. Let me know. Or like I said, shoot me an email at grantellis.us. Actually, that's my website address. me@grantellis.us. Or hit me at Twitter or something like that. It's always at Grantham Ellis. So I hope this was a little bit helpful for you. And if there's anything else I can do to help you out, just let me know. And hopefully this will make your life a little bit easier. I appreciate it. Have a great day.